Hey, my friends. Oh my gosh, it's been way too long since I have pressed the record button so that I could talk with y'all on this podcast. Well, hey, y'all. Welcome to a special series of Management Made Easy. Friends, listen, we are coming back for an all new season. Oh, I'm so excited. In a couple of weeks. It's going to feel like the longest couple of weeks ever, but definitely super excited. But in the meantime, I've got some juice for you. And if this is the first time you are hearing my voice, I'm your host, Kashana Palmer, the author of Busy is a Four-Letter Word, a guide to achieving more by doing less. Oh my gosh, y'all, my face is hurting me because I am saying the title of my book. I am an author. Whoa. Listen, friends, beyond the pages of my book, I wear many hats in my life. I am a mom. I am a daughter, a friend. Now, y'all, a fiance. Ew. I am a CEO. I am an executive advisor and coach, a sought after keynote speaker. Listen, y'all, I am a fly girl and a multi hyphenate entrepreneur. And I am going to be teaching you how I am continuing to learn, experience, and live through how to do less so that I have a shot at achieving more. And today, and in this upcoming series, we are going to embark on a journey that will help you create what I like to call your very own 5-star wellness plan. Okay, y'all? Listen, this self care regimen isn't about what others want or expect from you. I really want you to kind of just like dig in because this is about prioritizing your life and your needs. And it's really about dealing with the relentless, soul crushing hustle without losing yourself in the process. Now, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? That hustle we glamorize. We're tired, we're exhausted, but we're like, oh, get up at 4, go to sleep late. Sleep is for suckers. We love to hate it, but we can't seem to escape it. And I'm not immune from any of that. In fact, for a long time, my friends, I was enrolled into the school of sleep is for suckers. But honey, let me tell you, we are not doing any of that anymore, okay? Because all a lack of sleep did for me was pack on the pounds. We'll get to that in another episode. But we are going to be unpacking the busy trap, why we're stuck in it, how it's ruining our lives, and most importantly, how we can break free. Now, by the end of this episode, you'll be ready to ghost your to do list, okay? Throw that sucker out. Swap burnout for balance and start thriving instead of just surviving. Fun fact, a few years ago, one of my team members coined this term, Sir Thriving. And I was just so sucked because she said it like so tongue in cheek. She was like, we're just so thriving. Like she just rolled off her tongue. And I went, oh my gosh, this is true. But it was such a critical bridge between what we had come to know, but not really understand as survival and what we were really desperate and hoping for. And that was to thrive. But we were lost on how to do just that. So, spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you all my business, okay? And I am sure you will laugh along the way because if we're not laughing, we are probably crying into our third cup of coffee, or in this case, in my very fancy Stanley cup. Ooh, of cranberry juice and water. Y'all hear the clinking in there? Listen, y'all, you have to stay hydrated, okay? So buckle up, Buttercup. We are about to reclaim our sanity one step at a time. So come on and join me as we escape from the bustling world that we are living in, from the hustle and bustle of our everyday lives, and focus on achieving more by doing less. Okay, friends, so listen, this is the busy trap breakdown, okay? Let's get honest. Can we be honest? Can we be honest? Why are we all so caught up in this hamster wheel of doom that we call being busy? Like, can we just talk about that? Somewhere along the way, we started treating busy like it was a badge of honor. Oh my gosh, I'm just swamped. No days off for me. Oh my goodness, I'm so busy. Oh, if it doesn't make it to my calendar, it just doesn't exist. Sound familiar? But here's the kicker: busy doesn't equal productivity. That was a hard one for me, y'all. Okay. If you just had a little ouch, a little gut punch, it's fine. It's fine. Hang in there. Think about it. When was the last time you clocked out of a whirlwind day and thought, "Oh wow, I was just so busy today and I got so much meaningful work done." Huh. Yeah, me neither. That's because most of the time our busyness is just what I like to call busy cosplay. Now, listen, friends, my fiance is really into the animes. Okay. So, all of my like blurs and my anime heads and my folks who like love all of that kind of world, you get where I'm coming from with this. Okay. So, you're busy running in circles, but you look frazzled. Okay. That's the costume you're putting on, but you're not actually moving forward. So, you're doing all the things that make you look busy, but you're not really getting that much done. Busy robs us of joy and of creativity and connection. And I've been there like way too many times, okay? Way too many times. Let me tell y'all something. I used to think sciatica was just a fancy way of saying, I'm too important to lay down, so therefore I must just sit down. Well, y'all, listen, it wasn't. It turns out that my body was trying to tell me to chill all the way out. It was like a red flashing light that I just kept ignoring. Listen, shout out to all my parents who, when your kids reach a certain age and they are mommy, 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 daddy, 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 auntie, 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 grandma, 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 grandpa, papa, papa to death, but you can just like kind of tune them out. That's what I was doing to my body, treating her like an annoying kid. But listen, trust me, the view is much better from outside of the busy trap. So every time somebody would say to me, "Oh my gosh, Kashana, you're just so busy. Oh, oh, wow, I don't even know how you manage it all. You're just so busy." And something used to make my cheeks flush and I would feel all warm, but I didn't feel like warm in a good way. I felt like embarrassed, but I couldn't articulate what that was. So we're going to talk about it a little bit, right? And then we're going to explore how to get what I like to call there. You might be saying, Kish, where is there? And yes, y'all, you can call me Kish, okay? We are friends now, right? So, where is the there I'm talking about? The there that I am referring to is a place where you get to join me in saying, "Oh, I'm not that busy. My life is full though," right? Like, I get to prioritize the things that fill up my cup. I get to decide what I want to do in order to be able to fill up my days. And y'all, even just what I said, why do we have to fill up all of our days? Huh. So we've got some exploring to do, my friends, okay? We really, really do. So, listen, if you've been thinking, Kashana, it's just a part of life. Let me tell y'all something. Hold up. It's time for a quick pop culture reality check. Now, if you have been hanging out with me for any amount of time, you know just how much I love pop culture. In fact, in my book, Busy is a 4-letter word, I talk a lot about the life lessons I learned through my girls, the Golden Girls, and through my crew over at a different world hanging out at Hillman College, okay? And if you're like, what? Huh? Who? Pick up the book, my friends. So even our A-listers aren't immune to burnout. Remember when Beyonce said she was dangerously in love? Listen, if that song has come to your mind, newsflash, my friends, we are actually dangerously overworked. And it's time to take a page out of her book and call an intermission. And for those of us who think, well, everybody has the same amount of hours in the day. I mean, we have the same amount of hours as Beyonce. Psych your mic. We really don't. Beyonce has a whole team. She has whole full-time employees whose only job is to do fill in the blank, right? And so we're expected to keep our own calendars, take care of ourselves, do all the adulting. If you're a caregiver or a parent, do all the parenting. If you're an employee, do all the employing. If you're an employer, do all the employering, right? There's so many things that we have to do. We got to be a friend, and we have to be good people. And some of us might say we don't have to be good people, but no, actually, y'all, let's keep it a whole stack. There's a lot of pressure to be a good person. Okay? So back to my celebrity analogy. Celebrity burnout stories are everywhere. Think about it. Adele, who I love, canceled tours to protect her mental health, not just her voice. Back in the day, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepped away from royal duties to take a break. Y'all, isn't that funny? I'm saying it's back in the day like it was 20 years ago. Lord, that's how fast life has been moving, okay? So if they can recognize that it's okay to slow down, then why can't we? Here's the truth. Perfectionism is overrated. And another thing, y'all, hustle culture is a scam. We are in scammer city, okay? 1-800-999-SCAM. Real success comes when we prioritize what truly matters. But are you ready for that kind of freedom? Prioritizing what truly matters? Like, do you even know what really matters to you? Food for thought, right? Let's keep going. Okay, so I want to talk about the slow movement and mindful living. Now, I have said this many times. Mama Dawn, that is my mom. She's the rock star of my life. She always says that I popped out of her womb ready to go, okay? In the year of our Lord, in the 70s, I'm just out here going, okay? Things to do. So it seems that it's a lot of nature, and I'm sure a lot of nurture, that I was on, what, what the young people say, I was on 10, right? I was on go. And I realized that I thought that that's what I'm supposed to do. And in fact, I was talking to some friends the other day, and we were talking about the fact that when we think about just kind of like laying out, doing nothing, chilling, even if we have the opportunity to take a vacation, we feel, y'all know it's coming, the L word, lazy. Jeez, man, that's a lot. All right. So how do we actually escape the busy trap? You know, I'm leaning into this, y'all. Okay, let me just be. I'm leaning into the fact that the answer isn't to do more, it is to do less. Here's the kicker: with intention. Because oftentimes, when we end up doing less and we do not have intention and we do not set an intention, it's because we are exhausted and we're like those little kids who have been going all day long and then they just drop in the middle of the kitchen floor, gripping onto their blankie, dead to the world, right? They're just zonked. Nap is happening wherever. We cannot rest like that. That is not rest. That is exhaustion. How many of us are exhausted right now? I'm just going to wait for a little pause. I expect the hand to go up in the car, on your walk right now, in your office, in the shower, wherever you hear the sound of my voice. I want you to think about a new player in the game. Enter the slow movement. Now, this isn't about slacking off. It's about rejecting the culture of go, go, go and focusing on what brings us joy and fulfillment. Imagine this. Instead of juggling 6 tasks at once, you prioritize one and do it well. I know. Oh my God. Revolutionary. Somebody somewhere just clutched all their pearls and said, one? You don't even know what it even feels like. Your mind is actually blown right now. It's okay. Happened to me. Imagine if you actually savor your morning coffee instead of gulping it down while answering emails. Whew. Look, I still have coffee sitting on my desk, y'all. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it a whole stack with y'all. Imagine if you are actually present with your loved ones instead of distracted by notifications. My bonus baby said to me the other day, that he gets excited when we get to have dinner together because we just get to talk and we get to chat. And I had the nerve to have my phone face down, y'all. So I wasn't looking at it, and y'all, I'm blind anyway, so I can't really see. On the table though. And he said, Mama Kish, are you gonna keep your phone out during dinner? Friends, I felt convicted by the 8-year-old. Like, excuse me? Actually, no. And I just slid it into my lap under my shirt. And that was the end of that. But imagine that we're not fiending, we're not itching to look at the notifications from people we don't care about because we're actually paying attention to the ones that we do. Ooh, hold on. So the slow movement is all about quality over quantity. It's about being deliberate, whether it's in work, in relationships, or even what you're eating for dinner tonight. Trust me, when you start slowing down, life just tastes a little sweeter. It might be funny though. Like if you're like, I don't really have a sweet tooth, Kish. I'm more of a salty kind of gal. Listen. Lean into this double fudge sundae, okay, of slowing down. So, in order for you to be able to really enjoy slowing down, other things have to be true in your life. Enter nutrition, your mood, and your cognitive function. Listen, let me tell you something. Did you know that your nutrition plays a huge role in how you handle stress and busyness? And before you roll your eyes, I know somebody is standing at the kitchen counter, scarfing down a half cold plate of food right now. Okay, with your one eye on the homework, or your one eye on the TV, or your one eye on your laptop, and you're not paying attention. The food we eat can impact our moods, our mental clarity, and even our ability to focus. So can I walk out with y'all for a little bit? Because in order for me to have really kind of get it in my head, I had to go to the books. Okay. Y'all know I'm a little bit of a nerd, but I had to go to the books. So here's the tea. Omega-3s found in fish and nuts, brain food. Now, I don't like salmon, y'all. I'm just going to say that at the front. You're never going to hear me talk about salmon. I'm not going to recommend you eat salmon. It is the only fish, I think, in the water that I really do not eat. Like, I will run in the other direction. I know it's the highest in protein. It has all the goodies and the nutritions, and I don't care. Okay? Figure something else out. But omega-3s found in fish and nuts are basically brain food. And so they are like magic for mental health. But many of us are eating packaged, pre-prepared stuff that does not have any of the stuff that we need. But if we are caregivers, whether for our parents or our kids or both, why is it that we can make sure that these babies eat what they're supposed to, but we forget about ourselves? Hello? On the flip side, too much sugar or processed food. I wrote this for myself. I just want y'all to know. Forget I'm having a private moment. Hello, mood swings and brain fog. And I knew, and I always know when I have tipped too far into sugary or processed foods, when I start walking into different rooms and I can't remember why I came into the room. And I'm pretty sharp as a person, y'all. So when I start having these very senior moments, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on in my body? And I realized I done had one caramel lined cup too many that week. So instead of my like little weekly indulgence on my favorite Bucky's of the Stars coffee, I had 2 or 3. And don't even get me started on hydration. If you're not drinking water, you're setting yourself up for a mental meltdown. And for those of us who are becoming more seasoned in age, whether we're stepping into perimenopause or already in it, or we've had menopause, we're having life changes, you're getting ready to have children, whatever your it is, okay? If you don't drink the water, you have the problems, okay? Ask me how I know. Now, as a part of my medical team, I have a urologist, a nephrologist. I have besides the gynecologist, I have every ologist in the ologist. Okay. Can I just go to the primary care doctor anymore? Because things are thinking. And so being able to do those preventative things, small changes in what we eat, what we drink, how we spend our time. Listen, I do not believe in diet culture, so you don't have to worry about me doing an episode on that. Okay. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. But just start by swapping out one thing for something nourishing, and little by little, you will watch that magic happen. So we're going to talk about that some more in a future episode, because I really, really want us to make sure that we are understanding how all of this works together. All right, so I want us to kind of like break free from the psychological effects of busyness. Now, I'd be lying if I said breaking out of the busy trap was easy. Constant busyness tricks our brains into thinking we are being productive. But y'all, it is wreaking havoc on our minds and bodies. Y'all hear me? Havoc. It is in there. It's like the Tasmanian devil, like, ah! Okay? Chronic stress, it's literally shrinking your brain. Lack of rest, say goodbye to creativity and hello to burnout. Multitasking, oh, baby, please, baby, please. That is a one-way ticket to mental fatigue. But, but here's the good news. When you intentionally carve out downtime, you're not being lazy, you're being smart, okay? Rest isn't just self-care. It's actually a superpower. And y'all, I had to really change the way I even thought about rest in order to be able to give myself new language so that I wouldn't be giving myself the side eye. Like, y'all, I still struggle with taking a nap, even when my body is screaming that it needs to rest. And so I have given into that rest and sleep are not the same. And sometimes I do just need to lay and just look and listen to good music and keep it pushing. Because it's in those quiet moments that your best ideas will come to you. So you've got to give yourself permission to pause. Why, friends? Because you deserve it. I mean, that's it. So over the next few episodes, I'm going to be taking you through the 5 points of the star of my 5-star wellness plan. We're going to kick it off talking about your physical wellness and well-being. We're going to talk about your actual environment as well as your vessel and how you can create your very, very sharp, very, very strategic, very, very intentional action steps to being able to take care of yourself in that physical space. In another episode, we're going to talk all about your mental wellness and well-being. Because let's face it, y'all, if you're not on somebody's couch right now, what are we doing? Okay. Then we're going to talk about our spiritual wellness and well-being. And for those of us who do not believe in organized religion, I'm going to still need you to like lock in because I'm going to cover all of the things, okay, from spirituality on back. Then we are going to talk about our financial wellness and well-being. And this one I wrote for me because y'all, the struggle is real. But if we are not financially well, it actually impacts our mental wellness and well-being. It impacts our spiritual wellness and well-being. It definitely impacts our physical wellness and well-being. And then because people and community are so important, we are going to talk about your community wellness and well-being and how important it is to have the crew around you who make sure you keep it right and tight. And how to let go of the folks who just don't, right? Because everything ain't for everybody and everybody is not for you. All right, my friends, it is time to wrap this one up, okay? Because I could talk to you all day, but listen, I'm already getting the eye from my producer that it's time to go. I want you to know this. The busy trap isn't a life sentence. It's a choice, okay? And you have the power to choose differently. I want you to imagine what your life could look like if you focused on what truly matters. If you slowed down and started living with intention, not by somebody else's standards, not by what your parents told you you should do, not by you bucking trends, but by what you want to do. And if you're ready to go deeper, if you're like, Kashana, listen, I got what you're saying and I'm going to listen to these other episodes, but honey, I need to go right now. I want you to go and pick up a copy of my book, Busy is a 4-letter word, a guide to achieving more by doing less. I wrote this thing from the heart, y'all. It is packed with practical tips, listen, some hilarious stories, all of the things about my West Indian parents, and all the guidance you need to live a more balanced and fulfilling life. And friends, I'm figuring it out with you. So, am I an expert on things? You better believe it. But am I a practitioner, meaning I've got to be in it too? You better believe it. So we're going to do this together, okay? Listen, until next time, I want you to remember this. Hustle is temporary. But joy, that's forever. Ditch the busy and start living. All right, y'all? We'll talk soon.